Part 5, Prayer and Reverence. Now, standing before the altar with 1, the incense lit to sweeten the air, and 2, the candles lit to give and receive the light of love and wisdom. 3, face each direction starting with the south and say, I pay homage to the beneficent spirit of the south. I pay homage to the beneficent spirit of the west. Repeat for the north and east in this order. Then, 4, facing the altar, say something to the effect of, A, I praise the Creator or God of all supreme, omnipotent, and in all things. B, I praise all of the high and virtuous spirits who have walked the way of eternal light and love. C, I praise all of our ancestors from Mother Africa, who is the mother of the entire human race. D, we praise all of our ancestors who were fortunately buried in the soil of Africa. E, I praise all of the spirits who died in the Middle Passage and in the criminal terrorism to which I say never ever again. F, I praise all of the dead of my family whose names are known and unknown. G, I praise name of the oldest known ancestor. H, I praise name. I praise name. J, I praise name, etc. K, spirits, welcome to our humble honoring. May this light bring you light and power. May the water refresh your spirits and purify ours. May this food and drink, whose spiritual essence you eat, cause you to grow strong, so that you will not have to beg for energy in the kingdom of the dead. Know that you are special among the spirits because you have descendants who worship you and will not let you be forgotten. O great spirit family, since you are free of body and form, we know that you now have greater wisdom and greater power. We implore that you hear the call of your child and come protect us. Use your greater power and influence to help us solve our problems of money, health, family trouble, and racism. We ask that somehow you give us a sign that you are pleased with your children and that you are receiving our worship. Give us a sign that you will help us to solve our main challenges, which are, here state your personal problems. When calling down actual names, call 3 times to make sure that the spirit is certain that their name has been called. And if they are far away, they can follow the sound of your voice. At first, you may feel only their presence or get a memory or fragrance that is characteristic of them. These are all signs that they are there. Later, as you develop, you will be able to actually see them and converse fully. After you have called them, like any good hostess, welcome them and offer them some food with no salt and cool water. They will consume the spiritual essence or etheric double of the food. Remove the food the next day by throwing it away and replace it with fresh food. Fruits are fine, and fresh water. If insects and rodent are a problem, explain this to your ancestors and offer them cool water. The day will come when you will be able to offer them all that they need. While at the altar, sit and commune. You can also ask questions such as, is there anyone who wishes to speak? You may not get a big dramatic response. Just listen and trust intuition. If you feel a yes, then ask who it is. Have them identify themselves by name. Listen for the name that comes to you. If a name is given, ask if there's anything that they would like on the shrine to enhance their presence and their communication with you. If yes, try to obtain it as soon as possible. Once you have made contact, you can ask for guidance concerning challenges and difficulties in your life. At first, ask simple yes or no questions. Record the answers and test them to see if they have improved your life and spiritually. Your communications with them will deepen and improve with continued contact over time. Please note that occasionally some ancestral spirits will appear who have very little of value to contribute. That is why it is always good to pray for protection and divine guidance while at the altar, or anywhere for that matter. For example, If Uncle Joe, who was mean, hung out in a very negative place, and was not well adjusted during life appears, you have every right to tell him to leave. You can say that you hope that he or any negative ancestor find healing, but that he is not welcome at this time. Remember, you are the one who is in control of your altar, space, so be firm and determined. You are protected by light. If there is a problem, see a local competent African priestess or priest. In the U.S., Yoruban, Akan, etc., priestess and community centers are plentiful and growing. Ask a friend who may know, or ask your spirit to lead you to someone who can help if you know one. Until help has been obtained, it is best to discontinue invoking ancestors and to use the altar as a place of meditation, prayer, and contemplation. If you are in the process of struggling with such challenges as sexual, physical, or substance abuse, begin by limiting your ancestor work to prayer for full radiant recovery. The One Most High wants you to be healthy and well. Work hard and have faith. During such prayers, you may get impressions or guidance from your altar spirits to read a certain book, go to a certain positive place, or speak to a certain person. Sometimes you may receive a memory of how someone in the past, a friend, ancestor, heroine, victoriously handled a certain situation or challenge. Trust your intuition. The best thing for you to do is to go to a traditional African priest, priestess, or Babaloa and get yourself healed. Come to the Center for Afrocentric Spiritual Sciences to get a long-term healing process firmly established. Pray for this, and the ancestors will lead you to where you can find African healers. Any question or issue can be taken to your ancestor shrine. The spirit there will always give you an answer that tries to bring as much peace, compassion, and light into the situation. If you are angry at something or someone, including yourself, pray for peace, for understanding, the lesson to be learned from it, and for the way to handle it with love. Whether you must use tough love or gentle love, always seek to bring Olodumare, God, Christ, the Tao, or whatever you may call the divine into the situation. Feel free to pray for us to have full family structure again, peace instead of violence, hope instead of despair. Pray for Africa's wisdom and power to bring life back to your existence. Good shelter, good food, a good job, good health, and education, as well as financial power, are key things to pray for. Request that we unify as a people and that our money circulate at least 9 times within our own community, and that we command wealth with grace, wisdom, and success for ourselves and our children. We also suggest that you write a needs and wish list on a piece of paper to be placed on top of the altar. Place food and offerings on top of the letter to feed it after you read it 3 times aloud to your ancestors. These are just a few of the kinds of issues you should feel free to bring to the altar. End of communion. When you have finished your communion with the ancestors, you must ask their leave. Thank them from your heart. Send them light, love, and appreciation, and ask them to return to their spirit world in peace. Put out the candles one by one, or you can announce that you are closing, but that you will leave the candles burning until they burn out. You may then leave or go to bed peacefully. Propitiation. At the evening meal, offer the first spoonful of whatever you are eating to the ancestors. No one in your house should eat dinner before the ancestors have eaten. Feed the past before you nourish the present. This should be done each evening. The food then offered should either be thrown away or fed to the dogs the next morning at the start of your ancestor prayers. Note, the morning ancestor prayer is the same as the prayers outlined in page 39 and 40. Leaving the house. Never leave the house without sprinkling some water on the altar and praying for God, the spirits, and ancestors to bless and protect you and your beloved ones, and to bring you all luck. If traveling away from home, ask them to bless the whole trip and think of them in the mornings while you are away. Weekly propitiation. Once a week, choose a day and time. Make sure to do it the same day and time each week to offer them a large offering of food, fruit, drink, song, and fond family memories. Gather the children and family around and reminisce about being Black and about Africa. Cast the previous week's food out onto the garbage or feed it to the dogs. Feel free to offer them candy, honey, rum, and food. Recount family stories and triumphs. Family night. This is family night, a very sacred and important rite in the survival and freedom of the Black family. Everyone should pray to Africa for the upliftment of all Africans everywhere, starting with you, your family, your community, the nation, and the planet. Pray for health. The ancestors, particularly at this time, are demanding that the body and genes of Black people be in top form so as to be strong enough to house the mighty returning ancestors. Please note a very important point. Watch your dreams once your altar is up. Even African ancestors will visit you in your dreams and reveal information, counsel, warnings, and blessings. In fact, they are famous for revealing hidden enemies as well as the real goings-on of your children when you are away at work. If you get dark dreams, it means problems surrounding your issues. Pray, exercise, and increase your vitamin and health food intake. And come see a healer at the center or an African priest or priestess for divination to rectify any problems. I pray and intend that this very brief outline sets into motion our contact with our ancestral roots and wisdom. The day will soon come when we shall, as an entire community, call down the great ancient deities, ancestors, and allies from the beginning of time to help us heal the whole community of AIDS, oppression, abuse, battered self-esteem, racism, and cultural forgetfulness. May we help the world and all of our people. May all of life be healed. Africa rises. Peace, love, and light. Ashe.